G'day, how you going? Ian Applis here, your acrylic guru from Australia. Welcome to my channel where I like to teach you beginners how to paint in acrylic. You can see the size of my canvas I'm going to use today, and also I'll get some colours going up the screen. Now this is going to be a kind of a wintry moonlit scene, bit of a cabin, bit of different facets going on here. So get on over here and let's get right into this. So I'm doing a landscape layout. Now what I want to do is just quickly paint in the sky, or paint in the sky. I always use that word quickly, I don't know why. So down here I've got some grey. I want to grab me grey, and I've got a little bit of violet. I just want some of that grey with a hint of violet in there. Okay, so we've got our grey and our violet mixed together. You can do just grey with a little bit of blue if you want. I just want to change the colours up a bit. And I'll probably, where's my sky? About here, about halfway. So I want to get the sky blocked in. Now I've got nothing on my canvas, because it's a small canvas. I'm just doing it this way, and I'm putting a bit of water on my brush as I go, just so as it can... Now, see, normally I paint the canvas white to let the paint flow across the canvas, but you can see if I was doing a bigger canvas I would have painted it white, but I want this about there, about here, with this colour. So I've just pushed it in there, get it down to my horizon area, get it nice and wet where I'm going to join it. I've got some cerulean blue. I want to, let's go into this half here. I want to get it a grey vibe of cerulean blue, but a lot more bluer than that though. I just want a hint of grey within it. And just trying to get it the value that I'm happy with, because it's a night sky, but there's a bit of brightness in the sky because of the moon. I'll get this pushed on, get it to the grey violet colour, and then I'll try, if I can, to scrumble it together while there's still a little bit wet. Now if you're doing a big version of this painting, you probably want to use some retarder so it'll stay wet longer. I'm just doing it like this because I'm getting it done pretty fast. I'm picking up some of the grey again just to get that marrying of the two blended and scrumbled together a lot more pleasantly looking. Now I've got myself a pouncer. I'm just going to pick up some of the grey, maybe with a bit of that violety grey in it, and this will pretty much just be the darker bit of me moon, and then I'll put it with white. I'm going to have my cabin here, so I might put the moon about here. I'm just going to put it on and twist it. Quite easy to do with the pouncer. Now it's not the colour yet, that's just the base coat of the moon. I'm going to pick up the white onto it, and let's play with moons and pouncers and see how, I'm going to the edge of the pouncer. Yeah. The edge is what I'm twisting, not the actual centre. So I'm getting it on the edge and twisting the edge, like so. That's good enough. I can grab a small detailed brush, something soft, not too heavy, and just manipulate, or even use your fingers, and just manipulate the dark spots now into the light spots. Very easy to do. Crisp up your edge if you need to. Shape your moon. Careful over this side here. I'm just getting rid of those weird pouncer scratchy marks. I've picked up some white on the other side of that brush, just pure white, just in case I want to see. There we go, look at that. Nice, sharp. Wipe it off. And just scrumble that back into the moon body. So it's not a line that looks like dimension. I've just got a small pointy detail brush. I'm going to just stab it into that paint. Okay. And somewhere over here, I'll just put one subtle distant star. Let's try it up there first. Too big. I want it very small. That'll do. That's it. Just that star in the sky. I'm going to grab me putter on a brush and grab the soft titanium white just to block in the bottom half of the painting so it's not a dry, raw, wanting canvas. I'll just get that to the sky colour there. I could have, would have, should have done the sky, but if it was a bigger canvas I would have done this on the sky first. So I want to get that to there. This way I've just got something to pull the shadow of the trees down instead of being dry and wanting. Now I'll just stroke that and get it even. Now for me trees, I want me grey and that violet, a grey violet colour. A touch of black in it just to get it a darker vibe of that grey. There we go, yes. Now you can make these trees any shade you want. I'm just choosing to use this colour. So this is the darker vibe, and I will bring it a bit lighter when I'm ready to highlight them, but I'm just getting at the value that I want first. Now it is definitely a different vibe than the sky grey and violety colour. I'm going to use just this brush here because I feel it can stamp on some type of trees that I'm trying to look for. I've just dampened the tip of the brush just so as I can get this to a consistency. I don't want it too watery though, but I need it enough to last. So there's me moon. Yeah, that's okay. I want to get a tree there and some trees here coming up into the blue there and down here. These are kind of behind the cabin. That'll do, something like that. Because we're going to have some forward ones here. Now what I want to do, see where it's hitting the white here? I want to come along with the white, just come along here. Get that along there. I'll just pull that like that for now. I've just got some burnt umber here in a liner and bringing some black into it as well, so it's a blacky burnt umber. It's not just pure black. Now we're just going to simply put in some trunks into those trees before we highlight them so they look a bit dimensional. So I could start from the bottom. Wherever the bottoms are is where very thin and very, very straight. There we go. Nice and linear. Don't overdo them. You don't have to overdo them. We've got some here. This one can be a bit forward, so he's lower, and then twisting your brush, getting it up into the tree. So I'll do a few of these. There's all different ones back there. I'm going to have a cabin there, but I'll still put the stuff there. Because if your paint's just not that inky enough, see how it's coming off nice and sharp? It'll come off sort of scratchy looking, and you'll force it and then you start making it thicker than what it needs to be, and that's what gives you the grief. But don't worry, when you're making mistakes, you're learning. Okay. So now I've got the same brush. With this paint, I want to grab the white. Let's try here. And get it in my brush, and you'll be able to see from that pile to this pile what the highlight value is going to look like, just to gently highlight those trees and sink those trunks back. Now I've dried the canvas. I'm trying to pillow it, if you know what I mean. Get that pillowy look. Sinking things in front and in back from each other. leaving some of the darks in behind the back there, and not really thinking about it, just kind of being naturey about it. Now if you want, you can really grab some white and put it next to that pile just to see the difference that you're going to get, and then even less, highlight them just to one side, obviously where the moon is shining. Dry everything. Now be careful, it could be a little bit too white, and you don't want it being too white, I feel. I'm just kind of separating the trees. Up there a bit. That'll do for those trees. I want to quickly paint in at the bottom now. I've got me grey for the snow. I'll get it a little bit wet, and I want to put some blue colour into it to get it the darker value, and then I'll simply add white to this to highlight it. But this is going to be my foreground snow colour, and we'll simply just, oh yeah, I'm loving that, get this over that white where I want it, coming up to here. I need a little bit of water in it, it's a little bit too unwatery. That's better. And I'm coming from that bit where I brushed down under just to here, because I've got to put more there. And I'll just block that in for now, but see how it's tearing? I want it like stroke like this, that's what I want it like. I've just picked up some of that white craft paint, see there, and it's going to smear and blur it all now, so it's not going to be wanting and chalky. It's so cold here today, that's why I've left my sleeves on, it's so cold. Okay. So I've dried the grey for the snow, and now I want to get these divots of the blue within there, and simply put the grey back if you're losing too much of the divots, okay? But divots within this grey snow. Here we go, and I can smear them in, just brush them down, grab some of the grey again, there we go, back over it, just to make them stand out. Yeah, I'm sort of going in between these bits here. Okay, and I'll just kind of brush them to my satisfaction. Now I want to start coming forward, so I want to put the bottom stuff in front of this row of trees here to bring it more forward before we put the cabin in. So finding that same colour, let's hope we got enough. I'm going to actually mix up a lot more because I don't have enough there. So I want the darker vibe of it, a little bit of black within it, just so as I can highlight it. So just coming, I'll put something there just to block all that up, but a big tree's going to go there anyway. Now I'm using a smaller brush just for me bushes here, and I want to just get them in front of these trees and kind of go like this to sit them onto the ground. So we're coming in front of those bushes there, look, in front of those trees and that. Up and down so it makes them look forward and backwards from each other, and just finish them off with a line like so. And these will be highlighted accordingly. And then when I put the cabin in, that can sit wherever. Now that looks a bit blobby, but once we highlight it, should come to life. Now I've mixed up my grey and violet again. I've got a deer foot, something that I can stamp on some shrubbery grass type of stuff that's sort of open and scratchy. That little brush that I was using previously, it's a bit closed up and it's not going to give me those open bits that I'm after. And we're simply going to Let's see if that's not going to clash with the background. No, we're going to make shrubs here coming forward, but leaving shadow underneath. And that's all I need to do, just something like that. Leaving pockets of dark. Let's see what this is going to do. Leave it dark and then come down here. Now I've just danced that brush into some white with all the dirty colour there, and these here, I just want the tops and the shapes of them created. The shape of it created and the top and the shape. Now I've just got plain black paint, your darkest paint you can get, black paint, and I want to put in my cabin. So my cabin, where's my moon? About there. I want the cabin to probably finish about here, and I'll probably come all the way to about here with it, okay? This is an easy way to do a cabin. Now from there to there is going to be the line, and then from there we'll get the height of the roof. So come up on a 45 to the height of your roof, which is about there. I want it about there. I'm just plotting it on. And then down here, we'll come just a little bit past that wall point there. Look how easy this is. You can do it. And then we're going to come up for our gable. I'm doing this slow so you'll get an idea. And then this will come a bit past that point there. And then it's going to come up on your 45. Get it the right angle though. Now I can see my top's a little bit out, so I'll just level that up a bit. Okay, and then in hindsight, this is going to be like that. This line is the same angle as that line, okay? And then the bottom, we need to get, let's say from here, come down a bit lower than that one, just so as you got dimension. And then our snow is going to be pushed against it anyway. Now see how easy that was? I'm going to block it in now so as we can get all the highlighted colours on there. I just did that so you can see the shape, what's going on, why and how it works that way. So I'll just get... And as you're blocking it in, there might be little bits you can just kind of neaten up with the line's sake of it, okay? And that principle will give you a reasonable dimension of a cabin. Now that's had to dry. I want a window here with the light on. So to get that to work, I first need to put my window where I want it and in white. So we'll probably have it at the back. I'll do it, I'm going to just use a flat brush here. Because I'm putting this on first, and then I can create the shape of this window when I block in the wood paneling over the dark there. But we need that white so as we can paint our light on there. I've got some Indian yellow and I'm just lacing in some white just to make it more opaque. See there? Because if I tried just painting this Indian yellow onto that black, wouldn't work. Now this isn't dried yet. I shoulda, woulda, coulda dried it. I'm going to stamp it on. There we go. Stamp it on. Rub it on, whatever. I'm not worried if I go over the lines, but I'm keeping within the area. There we go. Now I've got some burnt umber here. I just want to pull it out with a flat brush and then get the white. And what I mean by marbly, see all those lines in it? I want it marbly like that. And we're just going to add our wood panel to our cabin. See this piece here? We've got to pretty much come up to create the overhang of our gable all the way up like that to there, and then under here in a straight line. That's going to come down same angle as that. Get it done first, and then above your windows. Now be mindful of the room you're going to need for the edge of the roof and the windows and bits and bobs, okay? Now what I want to do, I'll get that just to my window there. Take your time, no rush for nothing. I'll go sideways here just to cut the windows in. It's just wood panel. You can leave bits of dark there. And now we're going to come down here. So we'll got the brush on an angle, but I'm going to bring it down and let it be scratchy. Right there. Get more of it in there. And then the same down here. Nice and scratchy. Now see the bottom bit? Just simply come up in a scratchy way. It's only wood panel, it doesn't have to be perfect. And then over under the windows we can come down as well. Leaving some darks there. It's important to leave some darks there. Now I want snow on the roof, so I'll get all my snow colour here, but I want it to be blue shadowed snow, okay? Now I just want to come to the edge of this gable barge here. I'll just show you, I've chiselled my brush up. So I want it right on the edge. Try and get it with a bit of finesse. There we go, right on the edge like that. And then I better use my mouse stick, otherwise I'll start leaving hand marks everywhere. Now I want to come down this side here. Now right to the wood panel there, right to it, there. That's our roof. And now we're going to get this right onto the very top. And then come down here. Now this doesn't have to be scratchy, this is going to be all solid. This is all just snow build up on the roof. So we'll come along here. And just take your time, follow this procedure I did just for this basic simple cabin. You can do it the size you want. I mean, you can go and put a detailed chimney on it if you want, whatever. And any dark bits there, they just create the depth of the structure. Now we're going to get pure white to bring that to life. So I've dried the roof and I've just chiseled on some pure white. Now the pure white, we want to bring down this side of the gable just to create, so it's going to create an edge of the thickness of the snow, okay? There. And here, all along the bottom gutter line, fascia line here. So this can be a bit thicker because the roof's quite thick with snow. Okay. Where's the white? We can put a tiniest bit, if you can get the thinnest bit way out here, leaving that blue there, but a bit of white on top of that. Glaring from the ridge line. Let it scratch down a bit. And I'm just going to try and see this bit here, just so it doesn't look so hard. I want to just kind of rip that up a bit too. And put the white in where you need it. If you've done too much, simply put the blue colour back. So leaving what's in my brush, because I don't want it very strong, I'll grab some of this, grabbing the white, so it's more pale, but it's Where's some more white? That's pale yellow.
Those planes are going past.
Yeah, right under the flight line here. And see where the windows are shining the light? I just want to get a glare of some of that on our snow here, just to give a sense of detail. There we go. I'm just grabbing some dark colour, which is the burnt umbery black colour, just so as I can scratch in some kind of reference of maybe, is this dark enough? Maybe there's a door here somewhere. Just some reference of a door. And then I'll just get a bit of white on the corner of my brush, just so as I can put some kind of, hang on a minute, a bit of a resemblance of a knob. And then the same again, bit of grey, browny, white colour, just to sit above the door, so like it's like snow's gathered there somewhere. Something like that. And then we can have some snow gathered on the windowsill there. Just small detail. If you want to put some vertical panelling in there like so, just to give it a bit more pizzazz. Just grabbed the grey and the violety colour, just to, where are we there? Build up against the building there like so, just like this. And pockets of this just all around here as well. I'm just grabbing the grey, that colour that I just put down there, I'm just flicking up some bits of detail, if I can get it, and try and do it up and down, here and there. I'm just grabbing this yellowy, where's the white piece here, just outside the window here before I put the tree in front, just very softly, just something indicating it. Now, just to sit the back corner of this cabin down, I want to get from about here, I want to get a tree, come a bit lower, a forward tree coming up in front of there. There we go. I just want some kind of where's that tree there? Get it right up that tree there. Now, grabbing that grey and the Indian yellow, we'll just want to get where's a bit of white? Might need a bit of white in it as well to make it more opaque. There we go. We want to get that tree highlighted now from the light from the windows. And from about here, I want all this tree lit up. From there, giving the shape of this tree in front of what's behind it. I just feel it needs a bit of darker on this side, so I've just put some of that violet in it. Let's see if, yeah, that's it. This side can be darker. All right, got this brush again that I started with the trees, just to do the front ones. I want to get a bit of the violet and mix this grey up. And I want to get now, I'm going to come down here, there we go, right about there. And I want to come off the painting, maybe about here, pillowing it out. And this is coming right in the foreground here, right down there. Okay, now grab your burnt umbery black colour and we want to twist your brush so it'll stay. This one's coming right off the painting there. Try and go a bit thinner as we get up there. There we go. I'm going to put these here and then I'll thicken them up off camera, but I'm going to get them there where I want. Okay, I'm going to just thicken them up. Now in that violety grey colour that I had, I've gone and put some Indian yellow. It's gone sort of like a musky, greeny sort of yellowy lit colour. We're going to sink those trunks back and create the forward tree. And you're pretty much just sinking all that back. Putting the bit of violet into that yellowy colour, I'm just getting the darkness of it now. Now looking at that, I'm not happy with it. It just looks like absolute rubbish. Grab the black and burn umber on a big brush. I'm just going to try something there, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't, I've got to scrap the whole lot altogether. Now we're going to come here and make some trees. Right down there. I don't know why I went that way, but I did. And another one here. And then right in front, some big bushes right in front here, hiding all that snot. Look at it, it's absolute, oh, you know, well, I'm going to try and fix it. If I can, I can. If I can't, well, at least I tried, eh? There we go, that's to a bit more of this coming down, getting it there. That's there, oh yeah, right dark there. And then we'll put something on this side as well, just hiding that snot. This is the first time I've done this on camera where I've made an absolute piece of snot. Let's hope I can fix it. If you're watching this video and it's on my channel, well, you know I've fixed it, because I wouldn't have left it here if I didn't. I would have not even produced it. I've dried it and just darkened in some trunks, and I'm grabbing, let's say, where's my brush there? I'm grabbing, let's say, the burn umber, a bit of the white, just to highlight it. We'll get this one. There we go. That's one bush. Now these are in front of these trees, so I want to get that right down there in front of that tree. There we go. Too easy. Little something there. And then this one can come all the way in front of that. And another one here a bit. How's that looking in my camera? Not too bad. We've kind of, now where are we? We've got this coming all over there. Learning, it's separate from the back colours. Cool, I'm happy with that. Something coming down here. Oh, there's a nice big hair there. I'm going to have to get rid of that. If I want the slightest highlight, I'll get a bit more white into that. And gingerly, let's see if we can save it with this, just to give it that extra bit of detail. So just a little bit up there, filtering down your bush where the light's hitting it. I mean, the light's behind it, but I'm just trying to fix the painting up. How's that looking? Okay? Yeah, that's all right. Compared to what it was, and just to really accentuate it, is that the word? I'll grab that black and the brown, the burn umber and brown, get it reasonably inky, and I think I might put this out now. Very gingerly, just get some twig branches coming out of the structure here and there, just to give it more finesse and detail. I'll just sign this and then we'll pull the tape off and reveal it, okay? And I want to thank everybody who supports my channel as a YouTube member and a patron. Much appreciated. Thank you very much for your support. There we go. I feel I've saved what was a mess, okay? And if you agree, give me a comment below. I know you can do that. Well, mistakes do happen and they can be fixed, and I was here showing you just what you can do, okay? You tell your friends if you like what I'm doing, but if you don't, you tell everybody. Also, have a look at this other video of mine. Goodbye, good luck, and good on ya.